Well, I know an old canaller, his name is Simon Slick. He had a mule with dreamy eyes, Lord, how that mule could kick.
The Lehigh Navigation System, or the Lehigh Canal, was a transportation method used during the industrial time period of the United States. The construction of the canal started in 1819 and ended in 1829. The canal stretches from Jim Thorpe, a town north of Allentown, to Easton. This section of it is 46 miles long. In Easton, the Lehigh Canal joins with the Delaware Canal and the Morris Canal. By the time it was discontinued, the Lehigh Navigation System had done its part for the development of the Lehigh Valley.
Whoa, mule, whoa, I'm done with you forever. You ain't no good, you never was and you never will be neither.
Josiah White and Erskine Hazard, the owners of the Lehigh Coal and Navigation Company, decided to build a canal for boats that could provide easy transportation of anthracite coal. During the Industrial Revolution, many business owners were dependent upon anthracite coal as a way to power their facilities. The canal could also use boats to transport lumber, iron ore, and cement. During its busiest year in 1855, boats shipped over 1 million tons of coal. Due to the ease of access to resources that the canal provided, industry developed along the path of the canal's route. As a result, population increased in the area, and cities around the canal, such as Allentown, became industrial strongholds.
Whoa, mule, whoa, why don't you hear them holler? Tie a knot right in his tail so he don't slip through his collar.
With the rapid development that was typical of the 1800s, the canal was left behind by other industrial innovations. The use of railroads became popular because they were a cheaper mode of transportation than the canals. Still, it was used by boats pulled by mules into the 1940s. Yet, the canal had served its part in the establishment of the Lehigh Valley, turning it into the industrial area we know today. To learn more about the canal, you can go to the National Canal Museum. Keep listening to understand how canals and their locks work. Canals use many locks or gates that close to flood portions of the canal. First, mules would pull the boat into a lock. The lock consisted of 2 gates. The first gate would close, preventing the boat from floating away again. Next, a valve would open so that the lock would be flooded. Once the lock was full, the second gate could be opened, and the boat would continue along the canal.
Come all you dry land sailors and listen to my song. It's got 1,000 verses, but I won't detain you long. It concerns the adventures of this soulless Vern barge, as I sailed as a man before the mast on the good ship Calabar. One day the captain said to me, "Look here, young man," says he, "would you like to be a sailor and sail the raging sea? Would you like to be a sailor for to sail across the foam, for under orders from Mullingar with a 1/2 ton of coal?" Well, the captain was a strapping man, he stood just 4'2". His eyes were pink and his nose was red and his cheeks were a poteen blue. He wore a leather medal, he won in the Crimea War, and the captain's wife was a passenger cook on the good ship Calabar. Oh, a few days after we set sail, now the weather it was sublime. As we passed beneath the railway bridge, I heard the town clock chime. And then we came to the gasworks straight, it was a terrible part, where we ran aground on a lump of coal that wasn't in the chart. Then all became confusion and the raging winds did blow. The bowsman slipped on an orange skin and he fell to the hold below. "Put on more steam," the captain cried, "can't you see we're sorely pressed?" But the engineer from the bank replied, "The horse is doing his best," for the engine was a 1-horsepower propelled with a blackthorn stick. With the wind astern and she full of coal, the horse took a terrible lick. But again in vain beneath the strain, the rope began to part. We were run aground on a lump of coal that wasn't in the chart. Then we all fell into the water and we all let out a roar. There was an old farmer standing on the edge of the bank, and he threw me the end of his traces, and he pulled me into shore. No more I'll be a sailor and go sail the raging main, and the next time I go to Lisburn, I'll take the bloody terrain.